Hi, welcome to Full Flow with Chloe, where today I'm going to pull first of all from the Enchanted Phahaxa because we've not had this one in a while. Got some nice cards in this deck, some nice watery ones and some nice fiery ones. We have got so many astrological things going on in July. We've got Mars in Gemini, which can be quite urgent, sense of urgency. This kind of need to move forward, can be a bit impatient. And obviously Gemini, communication, and Mars wants to, take action. So there can be some fiery fast talking occurring if you're not too careful. We also have Jupiter in Leo, more big fire energy. That's quite a fun one. Leo is all about fun, games. It's quite a youthful sign. I have it. It's the Five of Air. We have Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde in Cancer, so that's making things rather emotional. Sun is also still in Cancer. We have Chiron, that one was sticking out, in Taurus as well, being like this very sort of healing, earthy, heal all our earthly wounds vibe. Later, we also have Uranus in Gemini. There's going to be a conjunction as well between Mars in Gemini and Uranus in Gemini. That's going to be quite feisty because air and fire together. Whew. Uranus, the kind of wild card planet. Uranus is like very innovative, but it likes change, sudden change. Gemini likes a bit of change. Mars wants, action. So it's very Five of Air. We need to be a bit careful and considerate as to not being too verbally forthcoming with the tongue lashing. It's like it's disharmony. You can see all these little dragons, these black demon kind of dragons flying around, and this woman just like blah 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 blah, kind of running her mouth off. Maybe it's somewhat inconsiderately. So there's a little air of caution about with that. It can be, conflict and like where we maybe have lost our confidence a little bit as well. So it might be kind of bad mouthing a situation, but we just need to be mindful there. We also have the Queen of Fire, Miss Sassy Pants, which is quite this kind of like Leo-y energy that we have, and this very Mars energy that we have going on, very fiery. She has her lovely fireflies kind of floating all around her, and she's quite a passionate queen. She's not afraid to speak her mind, but there's a lot of creativity there as well, and there can be a lot of fun and a lot of like bold confidence and joy, and big hearted at the same time. We also have the Knight of Air. This is Mars in Gemini, I believe, as a literal planetary situation, because our nights are always our kind of fire energy within the mutable signs, and we have an air card here, Knight of Air. So I've got feeling this is a very strong symbol of Mars in Gemini, which we do currently have. Swift, fast, straight to the point, and keep it moving. This very kind of like just keep going with it kind of energy. We also have the Sun, which is this very more kind of playful, limelight kind of energy, with us also having the Queen of Fire. That adds a bit of a kind of pizzazz, like a bit of a spotlight energy, which the Sun is anyway, but with us having that Queen of Fire and the Sun together, I'm getting really, really, really strong Leo energy of this, like kind of like I rule, I am Miss Sassy Pants, standing in the spotlight, owning it. And I'm getting a big amount of creativity, but we have got a lot of heat, lot of hot air on the table. The Knight of Air is, it's very intelligent, and so I think as long as you have actually paused and taken consideration of what it is you're going to say, and made sure you've had a pause for thought to really think it through and get your words very clear, especially with us being in Mercury retrograde and people, that Mercury retrograde being in Cancer, people are going to be potentially a little bit more emotional. So, because Cancer is a very emotional sign. But yes, we have lots and lots of fast-paced, fiery energy of flamboyance. That's what I was looking for, the word when I said about this Queen, this kind of flamboyant energy. And so we've got quite a lot of like charging in with flamboyant energy going on. But the sun is very, very beneficial. And let's take some from the Light Seers as well, because we've got a lot of hot air on the table so far. How funny. We've got the Sun again flipped straight over. So there is some very positive energy. The Sun is in Cancer at the moment. And I'm getting, the Sun rules Leo. The Moon rules Cancer. The Sun rules Leo. And we have, like I said, got that Jupiter in Leo energy. We also have the Two of Wands, more fire. Looking out at where we can create, where we can radiate and spread our sunshine and have this kind of expansive joy, which is very much that Leo energy. And when we have Jupiter anywhere, it's our planet of expansion. So there's real expansion of this kind of flamboyant, childlike, joyful energy, which is wonderful. We do have also the Eight of Swords. I feel like this might be going alongside this Five of Air. I was saying about how maybe sometimes it's like it can be like conflicts, or where we've felt at fault before, a fearfulness of things not quite going to plan, and where you've maybe been burned before by maybe other people's hurtful words, or like naysayers, and maybe things didn't work out before, but this time is not last time. And with all of these planets, we are going to, on the 19th, 21st, end of July, have this fabulous alignment between Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Aries, and Jupiter in Leo, which is called barbel basket, French astrologer. He foresaw this lineup of planets. All of these planets in at like 4 degrees of these signs, all these outer planets lining up, making this basket. And it's meant to be this massive creative energy that's never been seen before, with these planets all lined up in our lifetimes. And it's meant to be this massive new beginning, this big basket full of opportunity. And if we are holding on to past versions of self, and where past conflicts and chaos have held, like, squashed us or made us feel a sort of sense of failure, now is not then. The energy of now is, no one's ever experienced these kind of energies of now, and it's all this big push to make change. And what went down in the past and the way things have been are not how things are now, and not how they're going to be. This big, like, future changing energy. So we can't be having a version of self of the past. It's time to get down with the new timeline, the new energies, and roll with it, and have this sunshine moment, have this big, expansive, creative, fresh, new outlook on you and the future. And it's not just as an individual, it's like as a collective. There's a lot about it in the astrology at the moment. The other few cards that turned over was the Six of Cups. This is very Cancer retrograde, Mercury retrograde in Cancer energy. This kind of dreamy sort of nostalgia, looking back, and this real family kind of orientated, like whimsical, cutesy, what makes you feel safe, nurtured and loved type energy. It's very harmonious, but it can also again have this kind of inkling to the past, and past security and past comfort. Cancer likes to have quite a safe, it likes to feel emotionally safe, and it likes things that are emotionally sort of familiar, that make them feel secure. And with Mercury in retrograde in Cancer, we may be having these kind of emotional trips down memory lane to when things all seemed a little bit nicer and a little bit more safe for us. And now we're in all this energy of big fire horse kind of air and fire energy, where everything's fast paced, change, it's coming like a horse bolting in. And not everyone is ready for that. And guess who's back? The Five of Swords, the Five of Air. We need to be ready for it. We need to emotionally check in with ourselves and have little pauses for thought, to feel out situations before we go charging in, and make sure that we are speaking from the heart, and that we are acting from the heart, but not with an aggressive, sharp tongue. We need to rebuild our confidence from where maybe we have felt loss or conflict in the past. We need to learn the lessons and be ready to move on, and take on these new challenges and step into this big sun, this big expansive yes energy. Yes, we should take the lessons with us, but we don't want them to hold us back, paralyze us in fear, and make us unable to move forward and stuck in a past paradigm of how things were. We then have the Hierophant, Ascension. Look at that big stairway that's like a tree at the top, got a mandala of a sort of tree at the top, if you can see that. And look at that joy, that's real kind of that very Jupiter-y kind of expansive energy, and this real spiritual ascension of the wisdom, expansive wisdom. The Hierophant's actually associated with Taurus, and we do have Chiron in Taurus that is very much about, you know, healing through healing our wounds, so that we can progress, and learning the lessons, and taking the lessons with us, and finding healing and wholeness through that. Chiron was an eternal learner. He was an alchemist. He was a shaman, and he was very much about learning about everything in order to heal people, particularly himself. He was wounded by a poison arrow, and he could never heal himself, but he kept going on these he was on this eternal quest to heal others, therefore. And so I see this as this massive kind of expansion through healing. And we've got a lot of this on the table. And if we can do that, we will have this lovely, lovely spotlight sun energy where we can be this Muksasi Pants Queen of Wands, but in this lovely kind of harmonious, expansive kind of way, this nurturing kind of way, and this spiritually wise kind of way. It's like joy and wisdom all at the same time. It's gorgeous. I'm going to take one of however many it gives me from the Everyday Witch. I've not done the Everyday Witch in a while, I don't think either, really. But there's a lot on the table about keeping moving forward, doing it mindfully so that we're not triggering anyone and causing anything volatile and explosive, being considerate about our choices of words, so we're not just completely like gung-ho balling in and balling people over. That's a nice one. I'm going to take another just because I feel like there's more here. And believe that the good stuff is coming, that the big basket of joy is coming. One more. And if we can not get stuck in the past or paralysed in fear about how things maybe have worked out for us in the past, and believe we can have this big basket of joy, then we can have it. Change. The changes are good. And without the change, we will stay stuck in that past version of self. Ooh, I've got two more. Okay. So first we have affirmation for acceptance. And there's this big sort of cyclone going on in the background, and she's just really calm, hovering there on her broomstick. Unmovable, unfazed by it. And look what book she's reading, Fate. She's accepting her fate. Whatever the twists and turns, she's cool with it. She's chilling with it. She's got her lucky dice on her broomstick. She's going to ride the winds of change. And that's what we need to do. We need to flow with it. We also have meditation to dig deep. And look at those juicy crystals they've dug up out of the ground. some amethysts. Amethysts are very synonymous with wisdom, very crown chakra. But it's also like coming from a grounded place, and I'm going to refer back to Chiron, Taurus in Chiron, this healing the earth and accepting ourselves as a natural creature as well. And there may be something about, you know, getting down with more kind of medicinal herbalism for some people, and finding you know, like this whole shamanism thing about Chiron. He was an outsider, and he was very into alternative healing. Very interesting. So there might be, you know, not looking for healing in conventional places. Maybe trying something new, something that makes you feel grounded and in touch with the earth. That's something that's a bit more progressive. Change. Something different. Mixing up your sort of, you know, if you've got your very set in your way habits of routines, maybe mixing it up a bit and trying some new holistic type thing that might make you feel more grounded, to ground in these affirmations of acceptance. We also have listening to wisdom. Jupiter is like, listen to the wisdom. We've also got so part of that basket as well, I don't know if I said it, is Neptune in Aries, which is again kind of dreamy, outer planet, wisdom. We've also got things going on generally with Aries and generally with Neptune and Saturn still in Aries as well. There's big kind of wisdom vibes, and all of these outer planets in these new places, setting out this kind of new world order. And the answers are blowing on the wind in this card. And so it's very interesting that she's like ride the wind of fate. And it's like, that's where the wisdom is. Digging up the crystals, amethyst crystals, wisdom, spiritual ascension and wisdom through healing. And then we have joy and delight, right back to that sun energy. And if we can have this affirmation for acceptance and listen to this wisdom and dig deep, then yeah, we can alchemize and have this joy and delight. What a lovely reading. I would like to also share that memberships have been approved on my channel, so watch this space for me some point in July sharing some links to membership potentials for the channel, which will be things like lives, and you know, messages in the comments section, and other fun bits like access to videos, like members only videos, and you know, members get to view them first, early access, all things like that. So look forward to that. See you again soon. Bye. Thank you for watching Flow with Chloe.